Hey everybody. Hey Team Powerhouse. How are you? All right, so I am getting on today to talk a little bit about the Mystery Hostess Facebook parties that I do. I did one a while ago and then posted the graphic about it, and then a lot of people kept asking me, could I post that graphic each month? Because it's something that works well if you're doing Mystery Hostess Facebook parties. And then Allison asked me if I wouldn't mind doing a video explaining it. So she asked me that forever ago. I apologize, I'm just getting to it now, but I thought, hey, better late than never. Okay, so first things first, what I did is I kind of went through and what are some of the questions that people ask me about Facebook hostess parties. Mystery Facebook hostess parties. And I created kind of a list that I'm going to go off of. But if there's a question that I'm not answering or something you have, please put it in the comment section whenever you're watching this video, and then I can answer your questions and all of that. But I guess the first question is really, what is a Mystery Hostess Facebook party? So it's really just a regular Facebook party, just like you would normally do, but instead of having another host out there that's hosting it, inviting their friends and what have you, you are also hosting it yourself. So I'll explain how I do that in a second, but you're hosting it yourself, and then instead of you getting all of the prizes, it goes to one of your buying guests from the party, or even just a guest in your party, and I'll explain all that in a second. Actually, I'm gonna write that down because that's something I didn't write down on buying. Okay, so first things first is everyone says, oh, do you run your Mystery Hostess Facebook party in your VIP page? And no, I don't run it my VIP page. I do post about it in my VIP page, but I create a separate Facebook group like I do for all of my normal Facebook parties. So it's a whole separate group. And I just set it up, like I said, like a normal Facebook party. The graphic that I use for the cover page or the cover photo is actually the graphic of the Mystery Hostess Facebook party. I will post this in one of the comment section, but just so you know that this is what it looks like, and I kind of will talk a little bit more about this in detail. This is the one for right now in February 2020. That's the one that's there. But the biggest thing is, so for invites, I definitely advertise it in my VIP page. I put together an invitation like I would normally do for any of my other hostesses who are hosting a party. So I put the invitation together and I advertise it in my Facebook VIP page. But I also send personal private messages to people or text messages. So any of my friends and family who aren't in my VIP page already, I do send them personalized messages, just like we coach our other hostesses to do. But I also do all my contact list in my project broadcast. I do send a text to all of them as well, because we know that with Facebook, even though they might be in our VIP page, they're not always seeing our posts. So I do send that private message, or that text message out to Project Broadcast as well. That one's not as personalized as my friends and family one that I send personally, but at least it's that generic one that goes out to everybody, letting them know that I'm having this and that they can get in on it. Okay, so once again, I run it as a normal Facebook party itself. It's a little bit even better. I'm not an expert in Facebook parties by any stretch. I know there's a lot of people who are far better than I am, and I'm actually kind of going through and reworking my Facebook parties right now. But what's beautiful about the Mystery Hostess one is you not only are the consultant, but you're the host. So all of those things that we coach our hostesses to do, you're able to do yourself. So you're really able to ramp up some really high interest and tagging people and all the good things that we tell our hostesses for Facebook parties to do, you are doing. So you really can ramp up that excitement and get everybody going in the party. You're in the driver's seat, so you control it all. As far as, a lot of people always ask me the questions about the tickets. So again, on the Facebook graphic, and I know this is kind of backwards, but again, I'll post it. I post the, let's win some Norwex. Once we hit $550 worth in sales and one person books a party, then we're going to open it up to be able to give out these prizes. So I just take the Norwex monthly graphic and I put the description of the amounts here, and I put the product picture up there. And then down here, I have how many tickets each person can earn. So like if you RSVP as going to the party, you get 1 ticket. You get 5 tickets for inviting a friend, and that friend RSVPs as going. Placing an order, for every $25 that somebody spends, they get 5 tickets entered in. attend any of the go lives. I used to just do one go live on a specific day, but now I do a number of them. So I have, if you attend any of those, it's 5 tickets. If you comment or post a question, it's 2 tickets for every comment or posting that you have in there. Again, that's a way to ramp up people's interest and get other people asking questions. Like, we all know that. If you book a party, it's 10 tickets, and you join my team, it's 15 tickets. So everybody sees this. And then what I do is at the end of each day, and this is probably the most cumbersome point of having a mystery hostess party, is just keeping track of all the tickets. So I just have a huge roll of like 50-50 tickets. And what I do at the end of each day, I go through and see who has earned what ticket. And I throw out the one half because I don't need it. But then I just write their name on the back of another ticket, and I stick it in a gallon size bag and just keep it going for the whole party. Every time somebody places an order, I do their ticket right away. I was actually on vacation when I ran my one in the summer, so I did have to wait. It was like 3 or 4 days I had to wait. And it wasn't too bad, but I do recommend doing it every night just so it's not so much all at once. But you could do anything. If you wanted to do scrap sheets of paper, if you want to do the app with like the random name picker, you could put all the people so far that are in your party and then just keep, what my random app picker has where I can like add multiple entries in. So you just keep adding their entries. I do like the ticket idea because I'll show you what I do later. It's a visual for me, and I think it's visual for my guests. So I think a lot of people do like that. One of the things I'm also toying with is possibly doing a spreadsheet later, just where I put all the names in the spreadsheet and multiply their names, print it out, and then cut them up when I'm doing the drawing. So there's lots of different ways that you can do it for that. All right. I have to have my notebook, otherwise I'll forget things. I have like old person's brain, I keep saying. Getting old isn't easy. Okay, so when you're running your party and you're, again, doing it like normal, when you get close to the goal, you obviously want to just keep posting like, hey, we're, like when we get to like the 550 level, I'm like, hey, we're almost at the 550 level. Anybody else who gets there, we're going to open up this whole thing for someone to win. Then next thing you know, by like the next day, I'm at 800. So I'm like, oh my gosh, we're at like 800. No, like, well, yeah, we passed the 750 mark after a couple days. So I'm like, we're at 800. We can go to 1,000. So I kept posting that and getting that interest going. We ended up, my first Facebook party, Mystery Hostess Facebook party, was over $1,100. So definitely keep generating that interest as the party's going. And definitely do the thank you graphic for each of your buying guests. And then when the party closes, so this is the thing. So you're done with your party, you normally do. When the party closes and I close it out and I get my shipping notification, I do a screenshot of the shipping notification minus like any of the personal information. And then I took a picture of the bag of tickets. So this is me with my bag of tickets. And I say, hey, what do I say? The orders is on its way. I can't wait to see who won what. We'll be, choosing that as soon as the products get here. And then when the products get here, I lay them all out on my table. So I can just show you this. So I laid all the products out on the table, and then I did my picking. So I really just picked up the ticket and placed them on who won what. I did have some multiple winners for some of the items, so they did get 2 or 3 of them. If I was drawing and it was the same person coming up 4 or 5 times, I would then choose another ticket. But the other thing that's really important to do when you're choosing your winners, when you pull the ticket, is you really don't want to be overcome by a ton of shipping costs, because let's face it, not all of your guests are going to be local. So when you're choosing the ticket and you're deciding where to put it, if it's someone you need to ship to, you're probably going to want to choose a product that has a little bit less of a weight to it, so it's easier to ship. So I did do that when I laid them all out. Once again, actually I don't know if I mentioned this, but I will mention it now. When I run my Facebook parties, Mystery Hostess Facebook parties, I actually, if you could see here, I do have multiple winners. So this is something that you can decide if you want to do. So when I do my multiple winners, I was debating, do I do multiple? Do I do one person gets everything? But I decided to do multiple for a couple different reasons. One, I think it generated more vestment into it. I think people were really excited about the party and getting more vested, knowing that, even if they just commented or if they just bought one thing, they have the potential to win something else. But the second thing it did is that people were able to see how much you're able to get, and they're really excited to book their own party. So I had a number of bookings coming in as the party went through, because you wouldn't know if you won, if you were the Mystery Hostess party till the very end. So you didn't know if you were going to get all that stuff if you were the one person. So I think some people hesitate to book because they might be the winner. But now with Party with Multiples, nobody's going to win everything. So it did vest people into wanting to book their own party so that they can win everything themselves. So again, but that's totally up to you. You can run your party however you want it. Those are just some of the reasons why I chose to have the multiple winners. The other thing is you don't need to be a buying guest to win. I did have 2 winners in mine who didn't buy anything, but because they RSVP'd as going, because they invited friends, because they were commenting, they didn't order that time, but they still had tickets in there. And like I said, I had 2 people who won. Those 2 people who didn't buy anything now are 2 very good guests of mine. So it's not like a waste, like, oh man, you're not even buying anything and you win. You know, it's that relationship that we're building and that long-term kind of investment. So again, once they arrived, I laid the product out. I put everything on there, paying attention to the shipping. When I sent out my products, whether it was like personal drop-off or sending them out, I did create a little thank you card. I didn't print that out, but it's just a thank you card. I did it's a graphic of me and a little Bitmoji saying thank you so much for supporting me in my business and all my information on there. So I did do a personalized thank you card for that, and then I did sign it. Even though I created it in it's a nice computer graphic, I did have my personal signature on there as well. But definitely you're going to want to make it what you want to make it. Again, I had multiple winners. You might choose to just have one big person win it. You can change the boxes. So I know when I posted this in some of the other graphics pages that people wanted different things. They don't go live, so they wanted something else. There was one person who said they're not building their team, which if you're not building your team, build your team. You don't know how easy it is and how wonderful it is and how much you're going to value, but that's a video for another time. However, if you really are stuck and you don't want to build or do any of these boxes, if there's something you want to change, you can easily upload this graphic into Photofy. And if you don't have Photofy, get into back office, figure out how to get Photofy, and your life is going to be changed with this business. But you can upload it into Photofy, put a sticker over my text, put a different color on it, and add the text, adding your own. Make this what you want, because once it's personal to you and you understand it, that's where it's going to be a success for you. I think that's it. I think that's it as far as the details about it. I'm sure there is stuff that I'm forgetting because I'm so scatterbrained lately, it's killing me. But if you have questions, if there's something else that you're not sure of that you want to know, don't hesitate. Post the questions. I hope I did cover everything because I really wanted to make sure that, this was a way for you to be able to use it and go. Again, each month I'm going to post the graphic with the different products that are winning for each month. So just keep on the lookout for that. And I think that's it. I think this is long enough. My goodness, we're going on 13 minutes. All right. Have a good one. All right, bye.